stayed in the house. Can you see this? Don't you know that Martha had some of those questions? Don't you know that Martha was battling with some questions about God in her own mind? Busy Martha that's already taking care of her brother Lazarus and trying to see to him and taking care of all the details of while he's sick and getting a little panicky. And I heard Jakes touch this one time in a message, and nobody can preach it like him, but let me make up my own version. And Martha trying to feed him the best she can and giving him some liquids and watching his fever rise every day. And Martha taking care of his bedpans and swapping it out and cleaning him and wiping his face and his forehead. And she realizes he's getting worse by the day. And finally Martha goes and tells somebody, listen, I need you to go get Jesus. Listen, this is not looking good. Listen, I've heard he's not too far away. Can you go run and go grab him for me, please? Tell him quickly. Tell him it's his friend. Tell him it's Lazarus. It's really, really getting critical. And I know he'll come because he's a very, very close friend of ours. He's been in my house many, many times. I've cooked for him a lot, and I take care of him. I've washed his clothes and everything, and he loves Lazarus. Lazarus is one of his best friends. Can you hurry? I need you to go get him. For days, she's sitting over here taking care of him. It's getting worse by the day. It's getting worse by the hour. And every single day, she's going to the road and looking out there. Where is he? I know he could have gotten him by now. I know he could have reached him by now. Days pass. She's suddenly realizing he's not even responding anymore. Suddenly the messenger comes back. You found Jesus? You did? He tells her, yeah, I found him. Is he coming? Well, he said, I did find him, and he's out there with the disciples. He's not too far away, but how much longer will he be? Well, I'm not sure. He was just kind of hanging around. He was just kind of hanging out with the disciples. What? She goes back to her job. She's over here believing, praying, contending, till finally her hope breathes its last breath. And from Martha, you talk about a storm question. What happened? What happened? Where is he? I was there when he needed me. Where is Jesus when I needed him? What happened? Now Mary says, they put my brother in this tomb. And everybody's going on home. It's been 4 days. Martha's still just hanging around that tomb with all the questions in her mind and her faith shaking. Finally, after the days, 4 days, somebody comes to Martha and says, he's coming. Who's coming? It's Jesus. He's coming. Jesus is coming. Evidently, they go to tell Mary. Mary didn't even bother. She just stays in the house, but not Martha. Martha says, he's coming right now. Martha heads out on the road to meet him. The Bible says she goes out to meet him, and she's knowing in her heart, come on, he's coming. He's late, but he's coming. He's on his way. I don't understand it at all. I know that he's late, but he's still on the way. And the Bible says when she gets to Jesus, when she gets to Jesus, she looks at him, probably with a broken heart and a little bit of an offense. She looks at him and says, Lord, he's gone. If you'd just been here, he wouldn't have died. And then the day that I saw it, I read it for the first time. Her next 2 words, but even now, God will give you whatever you ask. That was it. 2 words. Even now. Even now, God will give you whatever you ask. He's dead 4 days in a grave, stinking and rotting in a grave. But Jesus, even though if you'd have been here, he wouldn't have died. But even now, God will give you whatever you ask. Oh, I'm telling you, when Jesus Jesus heard those two words, something moved, something exploded in him. When he heard faith coming out of Martha's mouth, Jesus whirls around and looks at her and he says, your brother will rise again. I love what Martha says. Martha looks at him and says, her little religious, mind kicks in. She goes, well, I know that he will rise on the last day. But Jesus didn't let that stop him. He'd already heard something. He says, oh, Martha, I am the resurrection and the life. He that believes in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. Let's go to the grave. Let's go back to the grave. I love what happens. Martha's walking with him, just Jesus and Martha, and Jesus and the few people around the gravestone by now. And Jesus looks at the grave. I love his words. Remove the stone. Take away the stone. I love little Martha. Just one more time, her faith wobbles. But Lord, he's been in there 4 days and now he's stinky. I need people like this in my life because she didn't have perfect faith. Come on, she didn't have perfect faith, but she didn't need perfect faith. Oh, Jesus had already heard two little words. He had already heard it even now. Come on. Oh, he didn't have to have a lot of faith. He doesn't have to have big faith. He just needs a mustard seed of faith. He just needs a little bit of faith. He just needs two words. Even now. Even now. Even now. It didn't rob her of a miracle. Jesus looks at Martha. He whirls around just one more time with a little gentle rebuke. He says, Martha, didn't I tell you? If you will believe, you will see the glory of God. He turns back around. All of a sudden, out of his mouth, Lazarus! Where'd that come from? Those two words. Even now. He just needed somebody to get through. He just needed somebody to believe it. Oh, that's all he needed. Just give me two words. That's where it came from. Lazarus! Come forth! Oh! Can you imagine little Martha standing there? Looking inside that tomb, can you imagine her little trembling legs with her little bitty even now faith? And she looks up, and walking toward her is the silhouette of her hope. Oh, it's walking toward her. She sees it. She knows it. Oh, my God. My God. It's him. It's him. It's Lazarus. It's the one I love. When Lindsay was gone and I read those words, I made up my mind. I made up my mind. My daughter's marriage, my daughter spiritually, is inside this tomb. It's worse now than it's ever been before. I made up my mind. If Martha can do it, so can I. Come on, I just made up my mind. If Martha is going to camp out beside the tomb, I'm going to sit here right beside my daughter's tomb. Come on, I've got my suitcase. I've got my lunch. I'm going to be right here. Everybody's done that Karen and gone home. Everybody else has said, Karen, you and your little promises, you and your little faith. Oh, you need to give this up. You need to let this go. I made up my mind. I'm going to sit right here. I'm going to camp it out. I'm going to run it right here. Even now. Even now. Right here. Even now. I don't know when he's coming. Get up on your feet. I don't know when he's coming. I don't know how he's going to do it. But I'm going to keep my eye on this road. I'm going to keep my eye on this road because he's coming. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. Come on, little shop. I lift up your hands all over the room and band, come and pray. Moshe Belananai. Hando Shepelananai. Hello, no, Even now. Even now. until it died. What do you do when your hope's in a tomb? You go to the one who is the resurrection and the life. Though he were dead, yet shall he live. I don't know when he'll get here, but I've sent word to heaven that I've got to have a miracle. And he's a present help in the time of trouble. I don't know how he's going to do it, but I'm not leaving this tomb. I'm sitting right here. I've got it right here for him to see. My faith right there. Even now. Even now. God brought me here this morning to encourage those in Kairos and encourage those in the wait. But he really wanted me to come this morning and speak resurrection hope to someone whose faith and hope is dead. He brought you here today because, honey, you can't give up. You don't know how close you are to Kairos. I was the closest to it when it looked absolutely the worst. And I'll go so far as to tell you this. If you say, but Karen, I've been believing most of my life now, still not seen it. If you go to your grave without seeing the manifestation of that miracle, then go to your grave believing. Don't go to that grave with a dead faith. I find it interesting that in Luke 18, Jesus ends that parable of the woman standing before the unjust judge. After he promises that God will come through for those believing, here's how he ends it. When I return, will I find faith on the earth? When he returns for you, my friend, will he still find faith in your heart? Whether you've seen it or not, will you still believe?